Crowe here, author of Since Strangling Isn't an Option, and the soon-to-be released, I didn't sign up for this, 7 strategies for dealing with difficulty in difficult times. And today I want to talk to you about something that people always ask me about all the time. Whenever I'm at an event or a party, people always ask me, how do you deal with difficult people? Give me a nugget, give me something that I can chew on that will help my interactions with people be better. So today I want to share with you a principle and a couple of questions that will help you with that. The most core principle in dealing with difficult people is the principle of awareness. And I always say awareness is 95% of the cure. Once you have a greater awareness of the dynamic happening between you and the other person, then you can begin to shift things between the two of you. So here's a question to ask yourself. I find that people are most often triggered by other people's behavior that ignites or initiates an old behavior or an old issue within them. So the first question to ask yourself when you're dealing with a difficult person to increase this awareness is, why does this bother me so much? If you ask that question and you really dig deep, what you'll find is the reason that it bothers you so much is because it's actually reminding you of something from your past. So here's a little trick that you can do in order to find out if that's really happening for you. Right now, think about up to 3 things that bother you about your difficult person. So it could be they're rude, or they're late, or they're angry all the time. What are those 3 things? So think about those and just kind of get them in your mind. Once you've got those, think about up to 3 things that may have bothered you about your parents. Maybe your mother was late, or your father was angry, or there was rudeness in the house. What were the things that really bothered you about your parents? Then the third thing is, think about 3 things that bother you about yourself. So maybe you're late, or maybe sometimes you can be rude, or you can be impatient with people. If you think about the things that bother you with a difficult person, overlay the things that bother you about your parents, and then on top of that, a third layer, add what you are bothered by inside yourself, what you'll see is that there's often similarities between at least 2, if not 3 of them. Therefore, a conclusion that we draw is that the thing that's bothering you about the other person, the thing that bothers you so much about them, is actually something from your history or your past. Maybe with your parents, maybe with somebody else from your history, could have even been a sibling, and maybe even yourself. So as you start to see about the thing that bothers you, what you'll notice is the issue behind it is actually not new. So that's the first thing you want to do when you're dealing with a difficult person, to bring your awareness more out, is to think about that trigger from the past. The second thing you want to think about is, when does this bother me so much? So what you may notice is that there are particular times of day, for instance, at night when you're more tired, or in the afternoon when you're really stressed and you've got a lot going on. Thinking about the timing of when things bother you will also help you deal with the scenario, because then you can maybe get more rest, or take a break, or go away, or take a nap, whatever that might be, to try to offset that. When you start to think about the what and the when of how and why difficult people bother you, then what you'll begin to unpack is the actual motivation and your triggeredness when it comes to a difficult person. So this is a place for you to start really opening up your awareness. And once you do that, you'll find that you will become less bothered by difficult people and situations, because you understand the dynamics that are imposing themselves upon you. So if you want more tips on this, please go to my website, sandracrowe.com, and take a look at my new book, I Didn't Sign Up for This, 7 Strategies for Dealing with Difficulty in Difficult Times, to help you unpack more of what might be behind not only your difficult people, but also your difficult situations. Thanks, and look forward to seeing you soon.